first one is spise. Spise, of course, meaning to eat. Now, this is pretty basic, so I already wrote it down, and you should be able to recognize spise, spis, at spise, spiser, spiste, har, havde spist. I'll say them again. Let's see if you can guess it. Spis, at spise, spiser, spiste, har, havde spist. Of course, the point here is what tense do we have. So, spis is eat, command, like imperative. Yeah, spis, like you're telling someone to eat. Yeah, exactly. Like, I have at spise, that is to eat. Like, that's infinitive. Infinitive, yeah, I'll fix that. Infinitive. Spiser, that is, of course, eat or eating. Like, that is present tense. Doing it right now. Spiste, that is ate, so that is the past tense. And then har, havde spist. Have or had eaten. Okay? Present perfect, but also past participle, or what is it called, perfect past, right? Because havde spist, had eaten. Jeg har spist, I have eaten. Jeg havde spist, I had eaten. Now, this thing right here, you might already know it, and you might have seen it before in some charts. So you're like, well, Thomas, I know this. This is nothing new. Yeah, I get that. So to make it a little more interesting and to make it stick, I'm going to make some example sentences. And there are many verbs here, different categories. And some of them I already told you the conjugations, others I didn't. Right? So let's see what we can do. It's a command. Spis. Hvis ikke du gør det, så... Oh, it sounds dangerous. Spis. Hvis ikke du gør det, så... Eat. If you don't do it, then... Oh, so it's kind of a badass. It's like a threat. Spis. Spis nu lidt hurtigere. Kom nu. Spis nu lidt hurtigere. Eat a little faster. Right? Spis, min ven. Spis. Hvis ikke du gør det, så... Spis nu lidt hurtigere. Right? Spis, min ven. Yeah, okay. And at spise, I mean, this is super easy. You say, jeg elsker at spise. Jeg elsker at spise. At spise er det bedste i hele verden. Very positive. Jeg elsker at spise. I love to eat, of course. At spise er det bedste i hele verden. To eat is the best thing in the whole world. Okay? So this is the infinitive. And you'll notice that this other verb, elsker, comes before. And that's the present tense. When the first one is present tense, well, we call this the dominant verb. Right? It goes with the past. Then this one over here has to be infinitive. If I said, jeg elsker at spise, that would be, no, you can't do that. Right? Even Google knows that. So, when you have the first one here, like elsker at, hader at, kunne godt tænke mig at, right? Like another verb coming first, then the second verb has to be infinitive. That's just how it is. Alright, super duper. Spise, ja, jeg spiser lige nu. Jeg spiser lige nu. I'm eating right now. Right? Hvad spiser du hver dag? Hvad spiser du hver dag? What do you eat every day, or what do you eat daily? So in Danish, we don't really have a present continuous. Like in English, you would say eat, eating, or in Spanish, you would say como or comiendo, or something like that. So we don't really have that. Now we do have something with the same function, but that's more attaching another verb to it, and it's not as essential as it is in English. A lot of the time people just use the present tense, right? So that is pretty nice. Spiste, past tense. Jeg spiste, no, not jeg. Heksen spiste de to små børn. God damn, that's mean. Heksen spiste de to små børn. Doesn't sound so nice. The witch ate the two little children. Right? So that's kind of mean, I guess. De to små børn spiste. And then you have har spist og havde spist. Hvad er det, du har spist? Hvad er det, du har spist? What is it you have eaten? Right? And now I know here there's a difference because in English you would just say, what is it you ate? Or like I just ate. But in Danish, when you're talking about something that sort of just took place, or it's leading up to the present, is still relevant or still going on, then you will use the present perfect. Right? Like, jeg er lige vågnet. Sometimes it's er, not har, but same point. Eller, jeg har lige set den. I've just seen it. So this is a very important distinction between Danish and English, where we do differently in Danish, and that's just how it is. Of course, there are many verbs here, so this is sort of me introducing you to one of them. I'm not going to do this for every single verb because it would take forever. So we'll move on. We have this one, tænke. Now, tænke, of course, means to think. And look at the spelling now that I conjugated. Right? The imperative, that's the short form. Right? The shortest form of the verb, that's the imperative. Tænk, spis, se, hør, gå, lig, sov. The shortest form of the verb possible. Right? That is imperative. Command form. So tænk, that is short. And then the infinitive is with an E. Right? The infinitive ends with an E. At tænke, to think. There are some exceptions, like ses, slås, mødes, etc. There are some verbs that end with s, but there are not that many, so you can safely assume that most of the time it's going to end with an e in infinitive. Then you have tænker, and tænker is of course the present tense, so thinking or think. Yeah, that's really all it is. Ending with an r. Okay, so e ending with an e is infinitive. Ending with an r is present tense. And this is important because it's fairly easy to understand, but I still see students make this mistake sometimes. They'll forget to put the r even though they should, or they use the infinitive when it's, it's important you use the right tense, because otherwise it kind of changes the meaning. And then you have the past tense, tænkte. Tænkte, that is of course thought. Yeah. Notice how it ends this way. It ends with te, tænkte. It's kind of like you just you have tænke and then you put a t in there. Tænkte. And there's like a group of verbs that they conjugate that way, right? Where it has a t to make it the past tense. And then of course you have har tænkt, have thought. So the present perfect is usually like a short version of the past, right? Tænkte is thought, and tænkt is have thought or has thought. Tænkte, tænkt. And it's important that you say it right, so you don't accidentally say har tænkte, or jeg tænkte på dig. No, jeg tænkte på dig, or jeg har tænkt på dig. Like, I thought about you. So it really does matter. Tænke. Let's do some examples, just for fun, just to really hammer it home. Tænk dig nu om. Tænk dig nu om. Yeah. That is, of course, think. Think twice. Like, don't do anything impulsive or rash. Tænk dig nu om. Tænk dig nu om. Tænk på børnene. That's a cliche. I like to use it as a satire almost. Tænk på børnene. Think about the children. Like, what was that character from The Simpsons? That doesn't matter. Tænk på børnene. At tænke. Jeg er ikke så glad for at tænke. Okay. Jeg er ikke så glad for at tænke. I'm not so fond of thinking. I don't like thinking. That's what it is. Jeg er ikke så glad for at tænke. Okay. Tænker. Hvad tænker du på lige nu? Hvad tænker du på lige nu? What are you thinking about right now? Let's move it down here. It looks better. Hvad tænker du på lige nu? Nej. Tænker. Present tense. Tænkte. That is of course the past. So you could say, let's make something long. Da jeg gik mig en tur på stranden, tænkte jeg på min gamle hund, som har this is gonna be really weird. Som har hovedpine. Da jeg gik. No, Google, you were wrong. Actually, you can say both. You could say gik mig en tur og tog mig en tur. Either one's fine. Da jeg gik mig en tur på stranden, tænkte jeg på min gamle hund, som har hovedpine. When I took a walk or stroll on the beach, I thought about my old dog who has a headache. That has a headache. Tænkte. If you remove the inversion, it would be jeg tænkte på min gamle hund. Like I thought about my old dog. Har tænkt. Vi har tænkt over det i et par dage. Vi har tænkt over det i et par dage. We thought about it. We have thought about it for a couple of days. Right? Or we have been thinking about it. Vi har tænkt over det i et par dage. Yeah. Okay, so let's go down. These verbs, like these first 5 or 6 verbs in this first category, they all have a very similar, if not 100% identical conjugation pattern. Eh? So sort of to give you a little shortcut. Because sometimes when you're looking at Danish verbs, you might be thinking like, well, Jesus, I don't know. I mean, it seems so random and I don't know how to conjugate. Is it this ending? Is it that ending? Yeah, it does take some time, but first of all, there's some cheat sheets you can get. There's some charts. And second, I made many videos about verbs, so something has been covered. And then in this video, you'll sort of see that there's like a pattern. It's not totally random.